Hi everyone, SNAP Test 2 2024 will be conducted today. A lot of students have a query that will SNAP 2 be exactly like SNAP 1 or is it going to be different? See, in the admit card, if you see, they mention that there is no normalization, so they consider the best of the scores. And they mention that they try to include unique kind of questions across the three tests, and the difficulty level they keep changing. Like this they do not mention, but what normally happens is, since there is no normalization, this is an unfair thing. But last year what happened, in the first slot quant was on the difficult side, but in the second paper quant was easy, reasoning was a bit difficult. Okay, so if we talk about section by section, in English you can expect the same difficulty level, just that one or two question types may change. Like for example, they did not have any question on active passive voice, or they did not have any question on reported speech and spelling errors. So these are some common types which have been asked in the past, so you can expect one or two questions coming from these topics also. In the LR part, they pretty much covered all the types, like including blood relations, coding decoding, series based, and I think one of the topics that had not been asked was about direction sense. You could get questions from it, so pretty much the same, it will be the same, the topics will remain the same. Maybe the level might change, so they might have some series based questions or coding decoding based questions, which could be trap questions, okay, for which the logic is not easy to identify. They could also include some number puzzles which were not present the last time. By number puzzles I mean that they give you a square with four parts and three numbers, you have to find the fourth number missing. So they give you three squares, in two of the squares all numbers are present, or they have triangle and on the edges of the triangle you have the number and one number in the center. So those kind of number puzzles you can expect in the LR section. If I talk about the quant section, they have not included DI last time, so they may have a question on DI, one or two questions, individual questions. DI is going to be easy. My say is that they will definitely change the difficulty level, because from the past few years I've noticed that SNAP in all three slots is not the same. I am hoping that this time quant becomes easy. Last time that was the case, that in first slot quant was lengthy and calculation intensive. Second slot quant was easy. So do not just leave a section, right? First finish the English part within, let us say, 5 6 or let's say 8 minutes. You will be able to finish the English part, because in English you know or you do not know the answer. Once you are done with English, please make sure that you do not attempt only one section for 30 minutes. Give 20 minutes at least to each of the sections and pick the easy questions. Remember, in the first slot also there were some doable questions in quant. Overall it was moderate to difficult, but there were some questions which could have been done straight away, like time and work based question, and there were some other questions also which were straightforward ones. So you can expect anything, and there is no certain distribution. Like you can have more questions on arithmetic this time. Last time there were lesser questions as compared to the last year, so you can have more questions on arithmetic. You may have lesser questions on geometry or algebra this time. So it could be anything. Don't go with any bias, right? The strategy to keep in mind is avoid the difficult questions as many as possible. Like as soon as you see that a question is going to take time, you use the feature mark for review. Okay, so there are three categories. One is easy, that is like you see and attempted. One is doable but it will take time, mark them for later. And the third category is definitely not to do. Like for example, last time there was a question on find the sum of this series. Okay, definitely not worth attempting a question. Similarly, there are some other questions also which require intense calculation, or let us say a question in reasoning that could be very lengthy. Let's say an arrangement based questions which is very lengthy, or some binary logic question or blood relations questions which seems confusing and lengthy. So try to avoid those lengthy questions. On the other hand, if you find easy questions, attempt them straight away. And if there are some questions which may require some time but doable, mark them for review and attempt them in round 2. So today we will be doing the analysis at 3 p.m. on our Instagram channel. So please don't forget to watch that Instagram live at 3 p.m. on our channel. And we will be discussing today's paper at 6 p.m. in which we will discuss. I'll try to take all the questions from the test and we will discuss the solutions like we did for snap one, so that you get an idea that what are you scoring in this examination, and is your score going up with respect to test one, what will happen to the cutoffs, etc. So all the best to all those who are going to write snap today, and please reach the center on time. And I'm sure the ones who appeared know that you have to take colored printout. Those who do not know, those who did not appear on the first test, ensure that you take colored printout and paste your photograph in the admit card. Okay, so all the best, and don't forget to watch the analysis on our Instagram at 3 p.m.